HBO Max now is doing it every month. You know, a theatrical movie is coming to the service, which is kind of hurting their theatrical money, and they had an issue that, you know, a lot of producers were mad about that. But like I said, December we got Wonder Woman. January we got the Denzel movie. In February we got Judas and the Black Messiah, and Judas and the Black Messiah was the first good movie. We're about to get Tom and Jerry movie, and then we get like Mortal Kombat.
I don't understand why Tom and Jerry needs to be made.
Yeah, because they want to get the kids, and you know.
I guess, you know.
The kids need entertainment too.
Yeah, they've been sitting at home long enough, going crazy, driving their parents insane.
I recommend though Judas and the Black Messiah.
Okay.
It sucks. It's such a great movie that you realize was a true story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously, nothing that's spoiled. It's real life. It's history.
Right.
But the actors did a great job of their portrayals. The story is told well. It's, you know, it's perfect for the times that we live in because it's going to bring you back to a lot of stuff we discussed. And
wise man once said, "History repeats itself." That those that refuse to learn.
Exactly, and that's why it's like, yo, this is, and then you're like, yeah, this is real, and this took place 50 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't even that long ago. It's like 50 years, somebody's lifetime. A grandparent or something of yours was like, yeah, I remember that.
My dad remembers that.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Not even a grandparent, really. Right. My mom's in them. Was like, yeah. So a parent of ours is like, yeah, I remember when that broke on the news. You know what I'm saying? But the actors, and Lakeith Stanfield played the actual FBI mole that interrogated and infiltrated the Black Panther Party, and he said he needed therapy after portraying that role. And it's understandable to become that character, knowing as a black man that I'm, you know, going against
my own people.
You know what I'm saying? And then Daniel Kaluuya playing, I don't want to say Kaluuya, that's the alcohol. Kaluuya? How do you pronounce it? But he's like British and playing, you know, Fred Hampton and you know, from Chicago, having that old accent, the 1960s Chicago accent. He killed it. You don't hear his British accent. He always kills it when he does, you know, a American black man.
Right.
You know what I mean? You be like, yeah, he is British though. You know what I'm saying? You gotta remind yourself, like, nah, he's from the UK. But he did a great job of, you know, playing. And the thing that I knew but didn't think about was when Fred Hampton died, he was only 21.
Oh shit, I didn't even know that.
And I knew it, but I kind of forgot over time. But it's like, yeah, he was only 21. And they kind of, in the movie, they show you that, not to say it was a contradiction, but he was very, they would give their Black Panther, you know, rallies and things. And he was like, you know, police are bad, da-da-da. He would say what he would say. But then they'd be like, all right, they had a truck full of C4 and ready to shoot guns. Whoa, what you doing? They're like, you said we're going to kill some cops. No, but I was just motivating the people. But it was like, he was very contradictory in his speech, and his woman at the time, they didn't get married, but his girlfriend and ended up becoming, you know, the mother of his child, told him, like, you know, do you regret now bringing a child into this world, or a part of this movement that you're starting now? Do you feel like this can hinder your movement, or is your child even, you know, to be presented as work? So she brought him to some things that might have changed.
To open up his eyes a little more to the point where, you know, you got to be careful what you say and how you interact, because now you're bringing a child into this, and you don't want to put your child at risk.
And he was only 21. So you think about,
that goes to show you that, you know, it's not necessarily age that brings wisdom. You know, or that can motivate you. It's just having the passion and the drive to go out there and you know, just make sure that your voice is heard to get your point across that says something. Right.
And then your point may change with time. Because now you're going to see the world a little differently. Now that you're a father, what do you say? And ironically, I'm wearing a Tupac shirt.
How do you explain what you just said to your child?
Your child, son or daughter. And like I said, I got this Tupac shirt on. Pac was, 25 when he died?
Yeah.
And he was a revolutionary. But if his mind started to shift, he never had a child, but if he started to have a kid, or he might have seen things
How would
differently.
he have changed?
Malcolm X was once Detroit Red, Malcolm Little. His mind changed. He ended up, you know, going from being a street hustler thief to the man he was. And
as he had kids, his mentality and point of view changed.
Mm-hmm. So point of views and mentalities and things, and full circle to the conversations we've had today. You know, people die, and you don't know what they may become, or where someone may go. You know, he was 21, and he may have, and he, you know, again, when you watch the movie, you'll see he was uniting, you know, the Latin gangs of Chicago with the Black Panther Party, and even the, you know, the white gangs or crews or whatever, you know, they had in Chicago.
Right.
He was the first one to bring forth the Rainbow Coalition.
Okay.
Just for the betterment of humans and Americans. Right. It wasn't about black or white. It was just
about, you know, hey, we all live here together. You know, let's coexist.
Yeah, and he was 21, and he might have grown. He might have said things better. You know what I'm saying, when he got older or whatever. And they show too, there's a point where he's like listening to Malcolm X's speeches. So he's like learning Malcolm X's speeches and just reiterating the speech. But as he got older, he might have seen things differently because even Malcolm did.
Right, he's putting his own spin on what a Malcolm speech would have been.
Yeah, but even Malcolm had a moment of change, because when Malcolm went and did his pilgrimage to Mecca, he saw things differently. So Malcolm had two changes. He had three changes. You know, he was Detroit Red, he was a street hustler, then he became Malcolm X. But then he realized that there's a difference between the American Muslim and you're a Middle Eastern Muslim. You know, the fruits of Islam is one thing, but real Islam, you get a different belief and a different, you know, sense. So even he had another awakening that changed his mindset on things. So Fred Hampton never got a chance to really become a man. 21 is when you're allowed to drink. You know what I'm saying? But heartbreak thing. We have all gone through certain things that make you the man we are today.
Yep.
But
he never got to have any because he was so young.
And again, I knew it, but watching the movie reiterated, like, he was what he was because he was, you know, mimicking Malcolm to an extent and believed in certain things, because at that point the Black Panther Party started from Oakland, but this was Chicago. It kind of branched off, but he was putting his spin on it. He was actually doing a little bit more than what they were doing in Oakland. He was uniting multiple races. Right. So that's why he became a threat, and it brings back forth COINTELPRO and what the FBI was doing to, you know, infiltrate our you know, parties and things. But it tells the story in such a way that, not that you feel bad for the white guy that was doing it, but you kind of understand, because the same way that the black dude that Lakeith Stanfield played, William O'Neill, he was kind of forced because he did a crime, and the FBI said, we'll clear your time if you do this. But then you find out the FBI agent that was telling him, if you infiltrate and give us information in the Black Panther Party, we'll clear your time. That FBI agent was also being told by J. Edgar Hoover certain things to manipulate him. Oh shit! So there's a lot of manipulation involved.
See, I knew this movie involved the Black Panther Party and what was going on during those times. I just never realized it was that involved.
Yeah, it's very. It gives you a lot of. Like I said, I knew certain things.
It breaks down everything pretty much from start to finish.
Because not to say that I feel bad or I understand, but you understand.
Yeah.
But you don't feel bad, but you get a little more clarity on the FBI agent that had William O'Neill do what he did, and why William did what he did, and the pressure he had on him. And then the FBI agent is, you know, being fed some information from the head of the CIA and FBI's and, you know what I'm saying, certain things, and it's like, I got to complete my mission. And then he even learns how certain things go on, because they like, yo, we found out another crime happened over here, and they're like, oh, that's one of our guys. And they're like, oh, we got a guy over here undercover too. Like, so it's compartmentalized, and you don't know, I got an agent in here working for me, you got an agent over there, and then he might die or something. So it shows that. And it also shows that nobody was perfect. So it doesn't just show Fred Hampton as, oh, he was great, he was perfect. It shows his flaws too, but then he's 21.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I liked about the movie. It didn't just say black is great, black is great. You know, it showed, you know, this great leader wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
It wasn't perfect, but this is, you know, this is the route he took and what went on.
Yeah, and that's the truth. I like the truth. You know what I'm saying? But the truth, and then you find out this truth is told from his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
His girlfriend and his son, Fred Jr., actually was the one
I did
that
see something about that. I don't remember where I was watching something about the making of it, and I saw that his son and his girlfriend were involved with the making of the movie, which makes it even that much better.
So think about it. If you made an autobiography, how would you portray yourself in that movie? Would you glorify some things? Would you exaggerate some things?
You might.
Yeah. But, she had the chance to do that.
And didn't.
And she didn't. She could have made Fred perfect. You know what I'm saying? But she really said, and again, it wasn't her. It wasn't her movie. You know what I'm saying? So that
movie about Fred.
Yeah. So, but it was still like, you know what? She could have really exaggerated this, but she didn't. And I like that about it. And the actors did a phenomenal job with it. And then, like I said, you get that rude awakening at the end of the movie. Yeah, that did happen. And then you get they get the words, this on this date, that you're like, yeah, that happened in real life too. You know what I'm saying? That's when you get reminded.
That's that moment where, like, you're in the theater and you're watching this movie and it's getting real good, and you see people and they're like, ooh,
right.
And then the credits are rolling and now everybody's quiet because you had that one scene that just brought everybody down to reality, made them realize that, hey, this is based on a true story.
Right. So it wasn't just a great, fictional story. It was like, oh yeah, that's real. And because you're watching the movie thinking like, yo, this is kind of like what's going on today. This was 50. And then like, oh yeah, that's 50 years ago. That really happened.